back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're in Lansing, Michigan, of course, and we're going to stay here. We're going to spend a little time with one of our favorite folks, Carrie Rosingana. She's the CEO of CAMW, which is the Capital Area Michigan Works. And as always, it's good to have you on. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Chris, and it's always great to spend some time with you too. I always look forward to it.
Well, good. And I hope it's because we're both doing good for the community, right?
I think so, for sure.
There you go. So, Women in Workforce series and gender disparities in the workplace. Tell us about that.
So, Capital Area Michigan Works decided to create a brand new series that we're calling Women in Workforce. And it was really driven by the fact that despite a lot of forward movement women have seen in the workforce, there still are some challenges and disparities that are being faced. And so we thought that it would be beneficial to bring together women leaders from within our region to have open, candid conversations so that we can try to work together to shine a spotlight on some things that are going really well, but also some things that we need to continue to work on. So we are doing 10 different segments, and we're inviting 3 different women leaders from the community to be a part of each segment. And we just finished doing recordings yesterday, and it has been just, honestly, it's been transformational. Hearing some of the dialogue from people that I deeply respect, but also getting to know some new leaders I didn't know as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how the actual, we'll call it filming for lack of a better term, is going, and are you getting the involvement of that business community? Tell us a little bit about that experience, because the first time you kind of wade into that area, you find out it's really a little more difficult than you thought.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. And I would say we've been really fortunate. We've had a nice cross representation of different industry partners. So even just yesterday filming, we had Cindy Kangas, who's the executive director for the Manufacturing Council and is intimately connected with some of the needs that our manufacturing community is facing. We also have been fortunate that we welcomed State Representative Angela Whitwer yesterday. We've had Senator Anthony, who graced us with being a part of one of our episodes. But we've also had some representation from Michigan State University. We've had representation from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And so it's just been really nice to have this cross representation of all of these areas that connect to workforce specifically. All of the things that we're doing in our different roles are workforce driven. And so it's been really nice to talk about that with some of those leaders.
So let's talk a little bit about you're going to eventually do 10 episodes,
Yes.
audio and video series. So how do people get a hold of this? How
Yeah.
accessible is this?
So right now we're in the editing phase of looking at some of our videos and making sure that, that they're as candid as possible. We want them to feel real and like an honest conversation that people were having. And our goal is to be able to release them both through our Capital Area Michigan Works YouTube channels, to put them on our Facebook channels, but we also welcome the opportunity to get them out, even maybe working with you, Chris, through the Michigan Business Network. If it's something that you're interested in, we'd be more than happy to share it with you too. We want it to be something that others have an opportunity to listen to and glean some information from people in these various roles within our community.
Well, I'll be perfectly frank with you. We've been looking for the female perspective in business for a long time in some dedicated shows. This may be the inroad for this. So
Yeah, and honestly, Chris, when we first started this, so myself and Kate Snyder, who is the CEO of Piper and Gold and a long time, decades long friend, we really, when we started this, we didn't know how it was going to go or what kind of interest we'd get. And we were shocked within the first time of sending it out to an initial group, we filled up all of our segments, which tells me there is a need for these conversations. And I'm excited to see what we can do to expand the dialogue and the conversations. And I would definitely welcome the conversation with you because I think it is a really important one.
Well, I think we're going to pursue that. Listen, Pew Research suggests about 4 in 10 women. What are you hearing about that kind of discrimination?
Yeah, so there's a lot of research that Pew research is certainly saying that 4 in 10 women have faced discrimination in the workforce is certainly sobering when we think about that. And that's today, 2023. And we know from other research that there's still wage disparities, and the number of CEOs in some of these top tier companies are far, far less than what we see our male counterparts in. So while I think it's really important for us to acknowledge where we have come from, I also think that it's fair to say there's still challenges that we need to be open, we need to talk about. And we're really fortunate that we've got a group of people together right now who want to talk about it. And we also have partners and supporters like you and others in our community that are interested in the conversation too. So we're grateful for that.
Well, we're going to give everything we can to expose you to actually a Michigan-wide business community. So this is really good stuff. And I think this is one of those things that a lot of people don't know exists. They hear about it and they go, oh, yeah, that's too bad. But probably not in my community. And the fact is, it exists everywhere.
It is, it does. And I think that we have to be open about that in order for us to be actionable and move forward too, to make some of those changes continue to happen.
Well, we're going to do something about that.
Sounds good.
All right. Carrie Rosingana, CEO of the Capital Area Michigan Works, serving Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties. You've been watching this Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back.